Hello, my friends, astrology lovers, followers, fans, whomever you are. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for watching. Please share. You can find me right here at nicheastrologer.com. So I'm going to give you an overview of what the rest of January looks like. And we're just going to start right off with January 19th. Obviously, of course, maybe it's not obvious. The sun enters Aquarius, joining Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, who are already there. So this is that fixed winter season, fixed air. So this is going to be a theme for a little while, all this Aquarius energy. So we should know what it represents if you follow astrology, but I'll give you a little list. It's, breaking out of old patterns, breaking into your own freedom. You want freedom, you want independence, you want to do things differently. And if things continue to stay the same, we feel pressure, we feel stress because we're not moving forward enough for what our soul wants, right? What's in here, not what's out there, what's in here. So if you're feeling stressed, oh my God, who isn't feeling stressed with what's going on in the world? But you can bring it back to you so you don't feel stressed with what's going on in the world and know that your world is okay. All right. I've got the written forecast right here. I just wrote it. It's about 1,500 words. So I'm just going to go grab my notes right now so I don't forget to tell you all of the things I want to talk about. So with the sun in the sign of Aquarius, rebellion, revolution, of course, it's political revolution as well. So we're seeing that in the world around us. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But I also want you to think about the positive pieces of what this is. It's free thinking, engaging in new activities for yourself, really being innovative and stepping outside that comfort zone of yours. Because right now, like I say, I know a few people, many people feel stuck right now. And if you're feeling stuck right now, once we get the sun in Aquarius and then more planets in Aquarius, which will happen by February, and in February, we have this opportunity right now to push ourselves beyond what our limitations are. Again, we're seeing it in the world, but I want you to bring it back to you. That's my purpose here on YouTube. It's all my purpose is to make us bring it back to here and now, because I know I can't do anything about what's going on in Washington, D.C. or in some other place in the world that is having big problems. But I can focus on what I can do in me and in my community. And that's what we need to focus on. That will help us to stay more centered. I'm sure you've heard that before. So again, if you're feeling stressed and you're not quite sure how to use these transits in a positive way for yourself, well, then of course you can book a session with me. That's my job. But look at it in the sense where you're feeling the most stress is where you definitely need to make a change. Now, if you're just too afraid to make a change, then accept it and don't do no action out of fear. Hope that makes sense. So with these transits, we have an opportunity to change our lives in a lot of different ways. So approach it like that. That will be more helpful so we can genuinely step into our more authentic selves, but, shedding the old, shedding the past, shedding, what really, truly no longer serves us. All right. So I want us to focus on that if we can. Next, I want to share the chart. Which chart do I want to share? Let's take a look. Hold on. Here we are. Not this one. I think I want that one. That's the full moon. That's the transits for right now. Give me a second. I got it. Hold on. Here is the one for noon. Here's January 20th, noontime, the moment of the inauguration. I have set it up for Washington, D.C. It's supposed to it always starts at noon. The moon is void, of course, but the big thing is the moon is at 29 degrees of Aries. That's where Mars was on January 6th, which a piece of what was happening during the attack on the Capitol building and our whole system. So the moon is going to be there at the moment that inauguration is supposed to begin. The moon will not enter the sign of Taurus until 1:56. And we know this won't be delayed for 2 hours. So I don't know. what's going to happen. I just wanted to bring it up. I wanted us to see it. We know it's definitely going to be stressful and a lot of, a lot of action, a lot of action. The next chart is at the moment that Mars and Uranus make their conjunction. It's right here, and that's at 3:38 p.m. and that's local time, Washington, D.C. Because I just want to talk about it. So the moon by then is in Taurus, and we have all these squares to the Aquarius planets. That's what the rest of January looks like, is a fair amount of squares between the Taurus planets and the Aquarius planets, which means we have this fixed square in the chart. So it represents a lot of tension, again, just like two tectonic plates that are stuck together. And, one of them's just slowly but surely moving under the other, and eventually something will give. And it causes a lot of shaking up, a lot of abrupt movement and action. So we can expect that. Again, I'm going to ask you, how do you want to use this for yourself, right? Really bring it back to you. What do you feel stuck on? How do you feel stuck? Just look at those questions. Get a business coach, get a life coach, or get, excuse me, a therapist to help you to find that way to move through the areas that you're feeling quite stuck in. So that's what we have for there. There's always a lot more. I do go in detail with my membership group, and it's on Patreon, and you can find it at my website, nhastrologer.com. If you have any questions, you could ask me below as well, because all those links here on YouTube are below the video. Now, next I want to talk about, here's the full moon in Leo. This is what the full moon looks like. The sun and the moon are always in an opposition. Let me hit redraw on this, because I took out, there we go. I took out the quincunx aspect, and I took out the aspects to the ascendant in the midheaven, because how the wheel is shaped for you depends on where you are on the planet. This is just from my location, but the planets are at the same numbers and making the same aspects. You can see here this full moon in Leo. Well, the full moon in Leo is an awareness around being creative, having fun, playing. What am I passionate about? That's what that full moon in Leo really, really wants. It wants all of that. It wants to play, wants to have fun. Fixed signs, though, so it sometimes takes effort for those things to happen. But we do have it in a square aspect. This full moon squares by degrees. It's just within a few degrees, Mars and Uranus. I know Mars and Uranus are separating. This is 8 days after their conjunction, but the point is they're still connected. So this fixed T-square, what that creates, again, I'm repeating myself, but these things, they're building. And it creates more tension that something needs to give. So use it in your personal life so you can figure out a way to be more creative and expressive and intuitive and work that energy. All right. You really need to work that energy. It's so, so very important. This full moon is connected to a new moon 18 months ago, and the first quarter, which was 9 months before, after that. And then we're at the full moon. I talk about that in depth in my Patreon membership area, so you can come and check that out. But just remember, with this full moon, we are, before the moon is full, it's great. We can just really see those intentions. We can see the things that we've been building and growing over these last few weeks, whether it's positive or not. And it will culminate at this point on this day. All right. So be aware. What's your focus? What's your focus? Unplug, turn the TV off. Just give yourself those breaks. But if you're a junkie about all the news that's going on, then this is just it's gonna be quite a busy news day. A lot of activity. It's stinky like that. I get it. I get that. It's just it's tough stuff sometimes. All right. What do I want to do next? Let's take a look. All right. I think I need to stop my share. Oh, just stop the share. Here we are. I'm back. And there's always a lot more. I mean, on my Facebook page too, I'll do a lot of daily posts, so you can come check me out there. The other thing I wanted just to touch base with for January is Mercury's prepping to retrograde on the 30th in the sign of Aquarius. So, we have some period here where things are slowing down. on either side of the retrograde day, which is the 30th of January. He's basically stationary. He's not moving anywhere. So we need to give ourselves a little leeway and a little space. Give ourselves that, and those we love and those around us, a little space, a little leeway, so we're able to just adjust to the new direction that Mercury will be going in shortly, and in the sign of Aquarius. So this is his pattern for the year, retrograding in the air signs, all three of them. It will happen throughout the year. And so that gives us, this opportunity as well to look at airy things, which is how we communicate, thinking, the internet, especially, and our technology. Artificial intelligence, most likely this year, will have some sort of big forward movement of some kind. For you, for me, maybe we do want to engage more in learning something new, or extending our education, so we're able to really tap that into our career in a more efficient way. There's a lot of ways that we're going to use these Mercury retrogrades in the air signs this year. We'll talk about each one of them as they come through. I am making a separate video for that with my colleague, Sue Coffin. She does numerology. And we'll be doing that just a few days after this is posted. So once I have that, I'll add the link in below a couple days after this is posted. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot more going on than just what I'm talking about here, but I wanted to share those highlights for the rest of the month. So we have that Mars-Uranus conjunction, the moon coming in for that for January 20th, and the moon moves through all of those Taurus energies, squaring all the Aquarius energies on the 21st. There will be a lot of sudden shifts, unexpected events. We can only expect so much when it comes to that Uranus energy, right? That Aquarian energy. So we still need to stay on our toes and use these opportunities for yourself, so you're able to, look back at some point in time, and just you'll be able to see how much headway you've made in the things that are important for you. All right. Because again, we're all looking at this through our own lens. So I hope you can stay well, be well, and be blessed. Thank you for watching, and namaste. I'll find my out.